my name's Annie and I'm going to be sharing crochet ideas for winter fashion trends and overall just classic winter accessories. No big crochet ideas here. And I tried to pick fashion trends that I think make sense to crochet to me because maybe I'm just like a little bit picky on what I would wear of things I've made. Some things just like make sense to make to me. So first up, I have hair clips. I first started seeing this in the K-pop world, and the look here is wearing like a bunch of clips close to the front of your face. Excuse this like demonic example, but I was looking for a photo with like this kind of clip, and this came up on my For You page, so I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna use it, but sorry for the crazy eyes. But yeah, I think this shape in particular, I've been seeing quite a bit, and it translates well into crochet because it's bigger and wider, which gives you more area to crochet. You can go for a more elegant look and do something embroidered or floral, or you can do something more cutesy. I really like this angel one. You can go crazy and just like put like a hat on it or something. I found this playlist on YouTube by this person named Alicia who compiled 80 videos of crocheted hair clips. So just find a silhouette that you like and then go off from there. Next up, I have headbands. So I see a lot of people wearing the wide fabric headbands. So why I think crocheting a trend is great, and I'm gonna use this headband as an example, is because one, you don't need to pay, but keep in mind it probably does take a lot of time. But if you're someone that has a lot of time like me, really no biggie. And maybe that's not always useful because some things are actually pretty cheap, like this headband is probably not that much. Also, you can personalize it to however you like. I mean, every once in a while you pick a bad yarn color or you just mess up somehow, which I do all the freaking time. But there is the opportunity to make it perfect for yourself. So by personalizing it and making it more you, it actually makes it more timeless. And if you're like me, I very rarely ever throw out. I don't think I've ever thrown out something I've made. Maybe I've taken something apart, but I'm just more likely to wear it and keep it around. So how I would probably transform this headband to make it more me is one, I would use a chunkier yarn so it's more suitable for the winter, or I would do an interesting stitch also so that can kind of increase my skill and I kind of like gain something a bit more out of it. And you can also do tapestry crochet to put a design that you like. You can think of it kind of like a scarf or a canvas and just like, I don't know, add an icon, put your name. So next up I have bandanas. I think what yarn you pick and the size you make it kind of determines what season it looks best for. So for this, I would pick a fuzzy yarn, but I would also try to make it a fuzzy thin yarn because a chunky yarn makes it more stiff, so it doesn't sit on your head as well. It looks kind of more like a scarf. And if you see in the example photos, it looks more like fitted to their head and like it flops and it has like movement. And what's nice about crocheting a bandana is that you already make it into a triangle shape, so it is actually much easier to tie. I like how it looks in photos, but I think when I'm wearing it out and about, it just like doesn't feel like me, but in theory, I like it. And there's opportunity here to put some hair clips, not only to keep it put, but add some more accessories, why not? Next trend, you definitely won't be catching me wearing this, but it's a lace skull cap. It is very Instagram fashion-y, and I think it looks cool, but it's like really just not my vibe. I think it would just like smush my hair and just like, I don't know, it's just like not me. I don't know what the origins are, but I do think of this Carolyn Polachek photo, and this tutorial shows different versions of it. I wanted to include this because it is a trend. It might be from summer, I'm not sure, but I mean, this person's wearing a leather jacket with it, and this person's wearing a sweater, so. And this is like actually crocheted. It's not like a crocheted version of something. It's like literally already crocheted. So I felt like I had to include it. Kind of low effort for what is a very fashionable look. And you can add charms to it to make it more personalized without having to put more time into making stuff. I talked about keychains in my last video, but I want to go more specifically into bag charms and even more specifically mini bags for your bag. So Baggu recently came out with a mini bag. Designer brands have been doing this. Though a crocheted version might not be as luxurious or sophisticated looking, it is definitely, I think, just as cute. So I put two tutorials that can be more so of a base, but this one is more plain, and then the other one is definitely more cutesy. The one that I will be making is this version that has a keychain, so you attach via the handle. And something I thought was so sweet was that this crocheter actually posted the pattern originally in Korean, and then someone in the comments asked for it in English, and then they replied and then made the English version, which I'm going to be using. And I don't know, I just think that's so sweet and helpful. Next up, I have headphones, and when you add a crocheted element, it looks a lot like earmuffs. Alexandra has a really great tutorial for how to make these for AirPod Maxes and also rounded headphones. And I'm going to do a bit of self-plug, but I used a tutorial and I started making different versions with different appliques that I like. And most recently, I made a version of like different elements. So I made this mossy one, this water/pond one, and then this cloud one that is a play on Head in the Clouds. But you can also customize the top band part, or you can add keychains to the side. If I were to wear these, I wouldn't really like the movement of the keychains, but if I were to see someone else with it and like the slight movement, I think would be so cute. Customizing these headphones is nice because you can continue listening to music while looking very wintry. So leg warmers had a big moment like 2 years ago, I would say. So I'm not going to touch on that, but I do want to talk about arm cuffs and arm warmers. I really love these vintage style arm cuffs that you wear under a layer or under like a sweater. I don't really imagine that you would wear this with a short sleeve, but if you were to wear it under something, it kind of looks like you have that sweater underneath. And I do think there's like some utility because maybe it like blocks out some of the air from coming into your sleeve. That is just like what I guess. But I would say it's a bit more of a difficult level because of the lacing you have to do. Regular arm warmers though are still really cute and you can wear them with a short sleeve. And I love it when people add buttons to them. This one is my favorite idea, which is collars. So I think really big collars, like almost an obnoxious size, or like Peter Pan collars are really in. Junia is one of my style icons and I love Sandy Liang. Paloma wool. Crocheting one and adding it on top of a plain sweater or a jacket that already has a collar, even a plain t-shirt, completely transforms the aesthetic and also would transform your outfit. Like you could be wearing a plain white t-shirt and jeans and then you add this collar and then you're all of a sudden like Junia core. So there's this granny square tutorial online and then there's also a double layered version which is a more kawaii look. Personally though, I think I'm gonna go for a more solid color look like the Paloma wool one. I really want to start this project now, but all of my yarn that I would use for this is in New York where my apartment is. Right now I'm in California where my family is, so I just have to wait. Next up, I have scarves, very classic winter accessory, but that's not to say that you can't pick a version that is more you, more trendy. So you can go a fat scarf, a la the acne scarf, or a skinny Y2K version. I guess my sentiment here is to make what you can't buy because scarves are actually quite tedious. So if I just wanted a white scarf, honestly, I would just go and buy it. But also I would choose what I could still easily wear because I think I'm like a regular person and I'm not like scarf oriented. So I pick an outfit first and then a scarf last. But nonetheless, if something is loud enough, then it kind of goes with nothing, so it goes with everything. So some styles are like a design scarf. There's this popular martini one, which I do not like martinis, but I love the creative concept here and maybe some of you guys do. And then there's this popular animal one, which I think is a really fun, creative way to play on the scarf shape. But yeah, you can think of these design scarves as more like a canvas and can be a way to directly communicate what you like. For skinny scarves, I really liked a striped one. Then you can do a hood scarf. Like I said in my last video, I am not someone that could rock a bonnet or a balaclava without a scarf. So I would just make it easier for myself to have a hood with a scarf attached. Alternatively, you can also match a beanie and a scarf. Beanie and scarves are like very normal winter accessories, but when matched, I think it makes it into a very fashionable look. And what I really want to make is this mini handkerchief scarf. I love the look of it tied around and it seems like it keeps your neck really warm, and I think it would look good if you were to take your jacket off and have a short sleeve. Also, I want to show just what I've been making these days with kind of the limited stuff I have. So I've been making these bunnies that are kind of like voodoo-esque, also inspired by this kind of art style that I've been seeing on Pinterest. Yeah, I just looked up free bunny pattern and this is what came up, and I just modified it a bit by changing the eyes. So those are all my ideas. I just want to say thank you for watching, and also thank you for watching my last video if you did. And I'm really happy that I've ended my year with doing something that I've been meaning to do for a really long time. Thank you, bye!